This is going to be the Calorie Masterclass, how to meet your calories when they change. So when you're not losing weight or in the initial process of reverse dieting, we are going to be changing your calories. We can either increase your calories or we could obviously lower your calories. This is going to be a masterclass to teach you what you can do to make it easier to hit your calories whenever we decide to switch them. What's going to be covered in this training? The calorie toolkit, calorie cycling, high calorie meals, low calorie meals, how to hit your protein goal without going over your fat, protein options, methods, and then of course some sauces and some squeeze bottles, which I'm a huge fan of, which is basically like storing your own condiments in your refrigerator and using them for whatever recipes they go good on. So first, let's go ahead and go over the calorie toolkit. This is very important. Understanding calories. And I like to teach calories like they are your finances. Okay. You have a daily budget, okay, which would basically mean you have a daily calorie goal. You have a weekly budget, you have a weekly calorie goal, and you have money that you can spend or save each day. Depending on what you spend or save, it doesn't matter as long as you spend the same amount of money in a given week. So look at your calories like it's money. It's the easiest way for this to start to stick. What is calorie cycling? Okay, calorie cycling just means that we're going to have the same amount of calories we have to consume in a week, or in other words, we have the same amount of dollars that we have to spend in a given week. And depending on whether we choose 6 low days, 1 high day, 5 low days, 2 high days, 4 low days, 3 high days, we are essentially eating the same amount of calories or spending the same amount of money in a given week. So therefore, your body looks at that as being consistent and you can still lose weight. That means don't freak out if you go overboard on, let's say, a couple of days because we fell into stress eating. We can actually go ahead and always get back on track. In other words, we could always go ahead and save money for the next day. Or again, we could always spend more money for the next day if we were really busy and we didn't meet our calorie goal of that day. So how this works is super simple, okay? So method number 1, 6 low days and 1 high day. I like to call this Sunday football because maybe you like football like myself, and I like to have more calories watching the games. 5 low days, 2 high days. This is the weekend warrior. So maybe you have family or friends in town. That's going to be either Saturday and Sunday or Friday and Saturday. 4 low days, 3 high days. I honestly did not have a name for this one, so I just went with the cheap shopper, and we're just going to go ahead and roll with it. That just means that there's going to be 3 high days and there's going to be 4 low days. Okay, so how do we go ahead and figure out the calories for either one of these methods? Okay, on high days, you're just going to go ahead and choose an amount of calories you want to have depending on your plans or travel or leisure or work. You're going to subtract the total calories by the total calories of high days. Then you're going to divide the rest of low days in a week. Then you're going to go ahead and plan in advance. So therefore, you know exactly what you're going to be consuming for the high days, and you're going to adjust for the low days. So this is an example. An example is I have a calorie goal of 1,800 calories. That means over the course of 7 days, I have 12,600 calories that I could eat. Let's say that I have family in town, and I'm going to go to dinner on Saturday night, and I'm going to have breakfast on Sunday morning. I'm going to go ahead and choose the weekend warrior method, which would be 5-2. So in this case, I chose 2,200 calories for Saturday and Sunday. That means I'm going to be consuming 4,400 total calories. I'm going to go ahead and subtract the total weekly calories, so 12,600, and subtract that by 4,400 calories because that's a total amount of food I consumed on the high days, which gives me 8,200 calories. Then I'm going to go ahead and divide by the rest of the days, which is 5, which is going to be a total of 1,640 calories that I'm going to be consuming on the 5 low days. So that looks like this. 5 low days, 1,640, 2 high days, 2,200. Cool. Let's go ahead and move on. High calories. So this would mean that we're going to be adjusting your calories and it's hard for you to reach your goal. Here are some ways that we can go ahead and do that. Add healthy fats to your meal. So an example would be avocado on the side. Notice here that fats actually are the most calorie expensive. And what that means is that there's 9 calories per 1 gram of your fats. So if you look at a food label and you see that there's 30 grams of fat, well, that would actually mean that would be 270 calories coming from fat alone, okay? Have more salmon throughout the week. This is a great way to get in healthy fats. Add almond butter, cashew butter, or peanut butter to your protein shakes. Add oats to your shakes, add cottage cheese to some pasta, pancakes, Alfredo, scrambled eggs. You don't taste it, which is a really good way, guys, to actually add in protein. Those are just high protein hacks, if you will. Use marinades or pan sauces. Those obviously add some calories. Cook with avocado oil or olive oil with your vegetables, so saute those things up. Add some healthy cheeses to your dishes like feta, cottage cheese, or Parmesan. And these are some example meals that I put together for you guys. You can click these links, little high calorie meals that can help you get to your goals. But using these guidelines is very helpful for you guys to meet your calorie goals. Okay, cool. What happens if we lower your calories and we have to make this adjustment? Here's what we're going to have to do. We're going to use leaner meats, so such as 94.6 ground beef, 93 ground turkey, 93.7 ground turkey, chicken breast, white fish, sirloin or flank steak, tuna fish, salmon, shrimp, pork tenderloin. We're going to avoid the fattier cuts of meats. We're going to be mindful of how much olive oil we use, because obviously if we're dousing or vegetables in olive oil, that's going to be a lot of calories, knowing that, again, fats has 9 calories per 1 gram. Be mindful of how much condiments or dressings that we're using. So obviously if we're dousing your salads, right, or we're just putting a ton of condiments on our sandwiches or, our bowls, that's something we have to watch out for. We're going to be mainly shopping around the perimeter of the grocery store, meaning that we're only having whole foods. Right, so that means we're going to be avoiding processed crap like sugars, obviously in the middle of the aisles, things like white pastas, sugary snacks like Little Debbie's, fast food options, anything that's going to be cooked in seed oil that's going to cause more inflammation in your body. We want to avoid. We're going to add more fiber, and the best way you can do this is actually have fruit as a pre-workout snack. So let's say that your pre-workout snack was like 2 rice cakes with some peanut butter. I would then have like some mixed berries on the side. So therefore you're getting that fructose, which is carbohydrates. So therefore the carbs can be used as fuel for resistance training. Using low carb tortillas, you could also use cauliflower for a ton of different options. You can literally make cauliflower crust pizza. You can make cauliflower pancakes, cauliflower muffins. You can make obviously cauliflower rice. We can make cauliflower rice stir fry. There's so many different things we could do with cauliflower recipes, but that's a really good one that you could use. Egg whites is a must. That's a really low calorie. That's mainly high protein. Greek yogurt's obviously awesome. You can make your own condiments. You can make your own salad dressings. If not, go ahead and opt for these Skinny Girl, Bolthouse, or other low calorie options you find in the salad dressing aisle. Bolthouse is actually found in the refrigerated aisle. So buy the salad kits. Eat complex carbs like brown rice, quinoa, sweet and white potatoes, lentils, and beans. These are really good. These are pretty much the staples. You shouldn't really go outside of them unless you're rewarding yourself for like going out to eat or whatnot. That's totally fine. Add vegetables. Obviously, vegetables are low calorie, and then obviously having salads with high protein. So taking the lean options and putting them onto salads is a great option as well. Here's some example meals that are low calorie. Lastly, let's go ahead and cover how to hit your protein goal without going over your fat, which is a very big challenge. Usually, a couple of challenges come up. Our protein goal seems to be too high, so it's hard to get in our protein goal that way. Or when we're there, we're just over our fat goal. So how do we go about balancing the two? Choose lean protein options such as, again, chicken, 96.4 ground beef, 93.7 ground turkey, pork tenderloin, whitefish, tuna, ground pork or chicken, shrimp, sirloin, or flank steak. This is the easiest way you can go ahead and hit your protein goal, guys. So instead of having 4-ounce serving sizes, go ahead and move to 6 to 8. And again, that's cooked. Add whey protein into things like pancakes, Greek yogurt, ice cream, muffins, oats, protein shakes. That's like my favorite thing to do to hit my protein goal. Personally, I love protein pancakes, again, for like a pre-workout meal. I love Greek yogurt with like peanut butter cup protein. I love protein ice cream. I love it. The Ninja Creamy is awesome for that. I love protein muffins. I love overnight oats with protein powder. Those are awesome. And I obviously love protein shakes in general. You can add cottage cheese and again into some recipes. You can add nut butters again into your protein shakes, and you can use egg whites. As a bonus, here are some marinades and here are some pan sauces that you guys can look at. So therefore, you guys know exactly how to prepare them. And like I said, with the squeeze bottle method, go ahead and just prepare those sauces, put them into your refrigerator, and use them as you please.